So let's take a minute and talk about what is the Northshore or Beachwalk community at Mandalay Beach and Oxnard Shores. So this is an older article. It comes from roughly about 2021. It's basically giving a kind of an artist rendition of an overview of what the neighborhood looks like, kind of butting up to that older Oxnard Shores development over here with, obviously you can see kind of the Channel Islands in the background. It talks a little bit about the community. So it's been known as a couple different things. Been called the Beachwalk Project. It's also been called North Shore and Mandalay Bay or Mandalay Beach because technically this is considered Mandalay State Beach over here. So it's been, as this article talks about, the latest developer was SunCal, which is a huge developer, I think, based out of Arizona. It's been in the works since the 1990s. At the time, I think even back in the 1990s, they had projected that the home prices based on the area would be around 5 to 600,000. Very, very cheap compared to modern day prices in California, especially California coastal communities. So this just kind of gives the overview of what the site kind of design was looks like. The site was going to consist of around 292 lots over 90 acres of property, very close proximity to Oxnard beaches. Kind of divided, the land's kind of subdivided here and how they would, allocate the property based on, the design for different homes with different specs. You have 183 single family residences and about 109 detached condominiums, private streets, so public and walking paths. This just kind of shows the harbor area, or not the harbor, I'm sorry, the kind of strawberry fields or agricultural area in the background. This canal connects to what's called the McGrath generating station, which is a power plant that was voted a number of years to be taken down. That project, to my understanding, hasn't been started, but should be taken down within the next 2 years. So this is the kind of cooling canal that used to cool the towers. So we don't know at this point what this canal will be potentially used for in the future. It is blocked off down here at the actual Channel Islands harbor area. So we don't know if there's any plans that they'll remove this barrier and connect it up at the harbor or eventually develop this area out. We've heard plans to the extent that Oxnard or Ventura County may develop some of this agricultural land out into an extension of the Channel Islands Harbor. We don't actually know yet. So, oh yeah, here it is, SunCal out of Scottsdale, Arizona. So again, this was an older article, but I wanted to kind of show everyone this so you have an idea and a kind of pointer of what the community overview or schematic looks like. There's quite a few other articles. I'm going to go to this other article before I go to this newer one that was posted in August. So this article by Catherine Sweeney out of the Registry in Los Angeles. This is again from 2021, not too long ago, 2 years ago, but it gives a little bit more detail. Similar size, plot size. They keep calling it Mandalay Bay. Talks about Harbor and Fifth Street, which is the location, 292. So same stuff, but here it gives a little bit more kind of detail about the square footage. So it talks about they're beginning at about 4,000 square feet. So 88 small detached and 95 single family detached homes beginning at 4,750 to 6,000 square feet. So that's pretty huge. All these properties are pretty huge in size, no matter what model or plan you choose from. And again, if you look at this old value, that's not even reasonable considering today's prices and just the cost of labor and materials and just the land values overall next to the coast, especially with better weather and everything else. I would expect most of these homes, especially in the 4,000 square foot range, to have a starting price of 1.75 to even possibly way higher than that. Based on the location and just proximity to everything else. And then again, here's another kind of newer article out by landadvisors.com, which is a press release from March 8th, which talks about the they're proud to announce that the closing of beachside on Mandalay Beach community in 30 years in the making, et cetera, et cetera. So same stuff I was just talking about. But overall, it looks like the project is actually in progress. I've been monitoring it for the past few weeks as I've seen construction materials being brought in, mostly kind of the infrastructure type materials that are being brought in, like drainage culverts and that type of thing. So it looks like they're starting to build out the initial infrastructure before they actually start kind of starting to build the actual residences or even model homes to start generating sales interest. The property does initially appear to have been graded a number of years ago. Even looking at Redfin, you can kind of look at this initial schematic where they show some of the grading and how they've already had the kind of the street design set up, and just kind of this. You can't really see the grading too much here. You can a little bit in the video there. So and just to kind of extend off of this property, so this is considered really kind of Oxnard Dunes area. This whole area up to here, even even this North Shore project is essentially in the Oxnard Dunes. Some of this property will remain strictly dunes for both habitat preservation. I know that they have sections of this zoned off with the city of Oxnard. Just taking a blip here. Let me see if I can find the Oxnard the development maps, and I can kind of show you that real quick. So here's kind of the zoning map. Let me jump into that. The high definition one. So most, if anything, you can just Google Oxnard development or zoning maps, and most of that stuff should come up. But again, if I kind of zero in this a little bit further, so I'm gonna kind of zoom in here. I think I can maybe zoom in. If not, I'll try it on another. I think my screen may be lagging a little on this specific map. But essentially, this was the zoned area in yellow. But there's little slices of this that are zoned. I'll have to do it. I'll do it on another video. But some of this is, if you look at pink, you can't really see it up close now, but pink is slated as commercial. And you can see little slices of this area of the dunes that it's listed as possible commercial properties. Some of this is listed as resource protected or RP. So we're not sure to the extent of any of that will be additionally developed out. Again, I'll get into more of that in detail here a little bit later. But also here's the back to the Redfin. You can just go back to Redfin and look at the kind of Fifth and Harbor Boulevard. They don't have signs up for the property yet. I would imagine that once they get the infrastructure in and once they actually start putting up or get the some of the model plans in place, then at that point they'll probably put some when they start getting sales personnel on the property, they'll start developing an advanced sales list. So so nothing as of yet, but I will be flying weekly drone videos to kind of catch an update of the area. Also, as I mentioned in the video, something that we, for locals that live in the area, something that's been kind of a thorn in our side. There's a massive homeless camp in here that the cities did nothing about. Supposedly they're working on it, but we really don't know what's happening there. We've heard a lot of promises and a lot of under delivery there. So again, for prospective home buyers that are buying in the 4,000 to 7,000 square foot home range for luxury beachfront property, essentially this would be something that I would say keep an eye on, and definitely pressure any person you talk to about making sure that the builder is pressing the city to make sure that this is taken care of and addressed before you decide to move into nice new properties of the area. But again, thank you for watching. I will post more updates as I get them, and stand by for kind of weekly flyovers with a drone.